right now on 5 on Your Side at 10.
Calls for justice answered. Tonight, the grieving Swansea family closer to closure after losing their daughter in a car crash.
Brief break. The heat has eased and the rain was badly needed when soaring temperatures could fuel more thunderstorms.
But first, stadium swallowed in Alton.
That is crazy.
New information tonight as the city scrambles to clean up the massive sinkhole.
Oh my gosh. The whole light post and everything.
Right now at 10, all activities at the Alton Park are canceled due to the sinkhole that was caught on camera. A soccer field damaged after that mine collapse. We want to thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Brent Solomon. Mike Bush and Kelly Jackson have the night off. Tonight, investigators are taking a close look at that mine collapse as they investigate and work to figure out how to fix it. 5 on Your Side's Robert Townsend spent the evening in Alton.
All day.
Oh my goodness. Holy smokes, literally.
This smoky, stunning spectacle was the hot topic in Alton. People couldn't stop gazing and gasping at the giant sinkhole caught on surveillance cameras at Gordon Moore Park.
That is crazy. Because what if somebody's kids would have been out there?
Oh my gosh. The whole light post and everything.
That's right. Investigators say Wednesday morning the massive 100 feet wide, 30 feet deep hole suddenly opened and swallowed a light pole and bleachers in the middle of 2 soccer fields at the popular park.
It looks like something out of a movie, right? It looks like a bomb went off.
That is huge.
Shantae Vaughn takes her children to the park off Illinois Route 111 all the time.
I've never taken them out onto the soccer field. Strangely enough, my oldest wants to play soccer though, but that's scary.
By mid-afternoon, a park security officer was here blocking the main entrance of the park and turning all park goers away.
We came to play pickleball, but I guess that's not happening today.
Investigators say the sinkhole was the result of an underground mine owned by New Frontier Materials. A spokesperson for that company says the impacted area has been secured and will remain closed for the foreseeable future. Meantime, park goers relieved to hear no one was hurt when all this happened.
Thankfully, it happened now and not earlier in the season. No kiddos were out there playing soccer.
Robert Townsend, 5 on Your Side.
City officials are consulting with geologists and engineers. The Mine Safety Health Administration is also getting involved. Tonight, we're following some breaking news out of North St. Louis. Within just the past 30 minutes, someone shot and killed a man near a liquor store. This is in the Hamilton Heights neighborhood. It happened on Union and Ridge. Police are on scene investigating. We have a crew en route, and once they get there, we'll bring you an update on air and on KSDK.com. New at 10, 2 miners are recovering after a shooting in North St. Louis County. This happened just before 5 this evening on Durhake Road, across from Robinwood Elementary in Florissant. Police say several people under 18 got into a fight when someone opened fire. The 2 miners were rushed to the hospital. They are expected to be okay. Police are searching for those involved. Well, tonight temperatures are feeling a bit more comfortable than they have in the past few days. Let's go ahead and get a live look at Busch Stadium. Chief Meteorologist Scott Connell joins us with more good news for tomorrow.
Yeah, you know, the clouds rolled out during the day today. It took a little bit for that first game to get in at Busch Stadium. And tonight, the Cardinals had really nice weather in Forest Park, too, as the sun was setting, those clouds moving out. Comfortable temperatures across the region, mid-80s today compared to 103 for the high yesterday. Our storm system that brought us the badly needed rain has pressed south and east of St. Louis. The sky's now clearing. With the residual moisture around, there is the potential we'll have a little bit of patchy fog develop, especially southeast of St. Louis overnight, but it doesn't look like it's a widespread problem for tomorrow. It will be less humid for tomorrow. We'll see temperatures in the upper 80s, still seasonably warm, but there's a storm chance Friday night into Saturday. Some gusty winds and hail possible with that, but that's something you won't have to deal with tomorrow morning. Most of us will wake up to a bright sky early tomorrow. Your best chance of seeing a little bit of patchy fog will be southeast of St. Louis. and temperatures in the 60s out the door tomorrow morning. We'll talk about a quick warm-up for Friday in a few minutes, Brent.
All right, stay close, my friend. Tonight, some relief for family and friends of a 27-year-old woman killed in a car crash in Swansea. The suspect is now behind bars. 5 on your side's Laura Brzezinski spoke with police and the victim's loved ones tonight. Laura.
Brent, about 2 weeks ago, I sat down with Carly's family, who was extremely frustrated. The person they knew to be responsible was not behind bars. Tonight, they're feeling relieved, and I got answers from police about why it took so long as it did. Katie Langley says the day her sister Carly died in a tragic car crash on Highway 159 in Swansea is one she will never forget.
That was the worst day of my life, for sure. It was the worst day of my life.
On May 2nd, she says Carly was picked up for work by one of her acquaintances, who we now know as Jacob Hall, but she never made it. There were multiple 911 calls about an SUV speeding and driving erratically. It was Hall's SUV and Carly was in the passenger seat. Another driver says he was very close to hitting them head on.
She said she saw Carly grab the wheel and veered the car away, and it was the last thing she'd seen before that car went airborne and flipped on its hood. But she told me Carly saved her life, and she saw it.
Hall is now charged with aggravated driving under the influence causing death and reckless homicide. I asked Swansea Police Deputy Chief Keith Howard why it took close to 2 months to bring those charges.
It's, a very complex investigation with multiple agencies assisting us, including the state police. We have the state attorney's office here in Illinois, along with St. Louis, that we're working back and forth with. So we believe in conducting a thorough investigation. We want this case to proceed through the court proceedings and have no issues.
Carly's best friend, Taylor Pruitt, says this is the beginning of the road to justice for Carly.
I had the honk justice for Carly on the back of my car, and right after I got the news, it just started downpouring, and it rinsed off, and it just felt like it was just like a clean start to closure.
Carly leaves behind a 3-year-old son named Riot. Riot's father, Mark Benedict, says he's relieved now that Hall is facing charges, but it won't bring Carly back.
He stole our future. His mother, his future with his mother, he stole, I grew up without really having a mom, so I wanted anything but that for him, and now he doesn't have a choice.
Hall is being held in the St. Clair County Jail without bond. He is scheduled to appear in court tomorrow at 1:30 in the afternoon.
Laura, thank you. Happening in court tomorrow, Thomas Kenworthy will be sentenced for killing a St. Louis police officer. A jury found him guilty of first-degree murder last month. In 2020, Kenworthy broke into a Tower Grove home, ordered the couple living there out, and then shot the 2 officers who responded. One survived. Officer Tamaris Bohannon did not. The first-degree murder conviction carries an automatic life sentence without the possibility of parole. $10 million. That's how much a religious convention happening right now in downtown St. Louis is expected to pump into the local economy. The Church of God in Christ is back in the city for the first time in years, and local leaders are on a mission to keep the group coming back. The Church of God in Christ is back in St. Louis, that is.
And we couldn't be more thrilled to have them back in St. Louis.
The organization, also known as COGIC, makes up churches from all over the world. Some 15,000 people are in town for what's called the AIM Convention. That stands for Auxiliaries in Ministry.
5 major departments of our church, namely the music, youth, Sunday school, mission, and evangelism.
Presiding Bishop J. Drew Sheard tells me the conference is about training members in these categories and worshiping together.
Praise the Lord, sing.
For years, the group brought a different convention to St. Louis every year, but that stopped a few years back.
We were really disappointed to lose them to Memphis, but we're in the process right now of bringing the Saints back here to St. Louis. So we're bidding on 2026 and beyond for the Holy Convocation.
That's COGIC's largest convention, which is twice the size of the AIM Convention. Although this one is big too.
So this is huge. They're using a total of 10 hotels throughout the region. Room blocks are scattered throughout the downtown core and even in St. Louis County.
Local leaders say it's a sign of what's to come.
I mean, the convention calendar for the balance of the year is solid. We have 17 events, including the epic Pink concert that's going to be taking place right next door in the Dome at America Center in August.
I want to thank the city of St. Louis for being so kind to us thus far, and we look forward to seeing this city again in next year in May.
He's referring to the organization's National Women's Convention, which is coming to the city next year. Explore St. Louis says 2025 is slated to be the biggest convention year the city has ever seen in 2 decades.
The race for the White House heats up in Atlanta. Tonight, the 3 things you should know before tomorrow's first presidential debate. An unlikely partnership.
And this is why the U.S. sailing team is not going into the Paris Games without it.
How the U.S. sailing team will stay cool at the Paris Olympics.
Mother Nature lets us cool off a bit overnight, but big heat builds as July begins next week. A 10-day forecast that has some big changes in 8 minutes.